Texas basketball tipping off here in a few minutes against the UConn Huskies. If you missed the game yesterday, they played against Louisville. They're the Empire Classic at Madison Square Garden. It's basically a 4-game little tournament. You have the winner's bracket and the loser's bracket. Texas gets into the winner's bracket with a win over Louisville. UConn handled Indiana in game 1 of their game, so they play tonight just in a few minutes. But Texas gets a win 81-80. It was not Texas' best effort in this game, but they did power through. They showed determination, and a big game-winning shot from Max Abmas is what wins the game with 0.4 seconds left on the clock. Texas and Max Abmas hit the shot. A couple takes away. Max Abmas, this was his worst game with Texas so far, at least shooting-wise. 6 of 19. Nobody shot well in this game. It is playing in a different arena. There's going to be a point of this in road games. Why you kind of want to get road tested is when you're playing early in the season, you may not be playing in enough different gyms, and you kind of get used to your shot. It may take you a little while to get used to it on the road. Just get the shot down and different. Texas was never really comfortable doing it. Louisville did bring pressure. They brought it for you. But Texas, 2 of 17 from 3 in that game, did not hit a three-pointer in the second half. This is a team that's set up with guys like Tyrese Hunter, guys like Max Abmas, guys like IT Horton that are supposed to be three-point shooters. They're guys that you want to be able to get the three-point ball. It helps you out to play inside out if you have that three-point shooter. They were just not able to hit them. They were getting open ones because they were going inside, and man, did Caden Shedrick have a game. That transfer right now is huge, and it's especially huge because Dylan Dessou is still out. When Dylan Dessou comes back, it'll be interesting to see how they play together. That'll be something that's going to take a little bit of time to get used to. So there will be another kind of change for this team when Dylan Dessou comes back. But Caden Shedrick, he gets the free throw line again, 9 free throws in the game, scores 27 points on 11 of 15 shooting, just going inside, playing good defense. Both of their big men for Louisville end up fouling out, trying to guard him. He just goes in with toughness, plays through the pain. His minutes are supposed to be somewhat limited. He still played 27 minutes because they needed him out there in that game. Dylan Mitchell also in this game, not great shooting, but did get 5 of 6 from the free throw line. It's good to see him getting to the free throw line because Dylan Mitchell is going to continue to need to get to the free throw line if Texas is going to have success, because his scoring, while it's kind of growing and while his shooting is kind of growing, he didn't take a three. He's trying to drive. He's trying to drive and create layups and dunks. He did miss a big layup in that game as well that he should have probably hit. But if Dylan Mitchell is going to be someone who's a cutter who can go in there and finish above the rim, he's also going to need to be someone who can finish at the free throw line and get to the free throw line. He showed that he was able to do that, getting 5 of 6. They did call the game pretty tight, so it was a little bit easier to get to the free throw line. Brock Cunningham, of course, is really just playing that glue guy. He was in the starting lineup for this game. We'll see. He basically replaced IT Horton. They're trying to figure out the lineup. They haven't had the same starting lineup, I don't believe, in any of the games so far this year. So they're changing it up, keeping it going. IT Horton did come off the bench. IT Horton, he did play about 30 minutes, though. So he played more minutes than Tyrese Hunter. He played more minutes than Dylan Mitchell. He did play a lot of minutes. His defense is still a work in progress. They needed shooting, though. He was 5-11 from the field, just couldn't hit a three in that game as well. And we saw Nyema and Kendall Weaver get some good minutes in that game as well. But yeah, and I think one of the biggest things is even though their shooting wasn't good, and you can look at that as probably not the best game Texas played, and hopefully they'll play better tonight against UConn, they did only turn the ball over 5 times in the game. So they were smarter with the basketball, which is a big thing for this Texas team. We know that they had been turning the ball over a lot. Rodney Terry wanted to keep them under 10. They went at 5 in this game, which is a big thing to get to for Texas, is to stop those turnovers when you're trying to play fast pace, when you're trying to run the ball. But Caden Shedrick, that is the guy that came out of that game. 27 points in that game. He is going to be a big part of Texas' success. You can tell at Virginia, he just didn't really fit into that offense because he does not seem to have a problem fitting into Rodney Terry's offense at all. They're going in to play UConn right now. 6.5-point favorites are UConn. I kind of thought it'd be a little bit more, but Texas in there. We'll see how they match up. This is going to be a tough game for Texas, but a really good kind of basis point, a really good litmus test that you want to see early. It's on the road. You're playing at Madison Square Garden. These are the games. Max Abmas hits that game winner. Hopefully that gives him a little bit more confidence going into the game. The game today's shooting. Believe me, he doesn't lack for confidence. He still put up 19 shots in that game. But you want to see Max Abmas play really well in this game. These are the games that you come to Texas to play. When you're at Oral Roberts, you say, I want to play the defending national champions in Madison Square Garden. That's a game that you come to a big school to go play. And so it's going to be a fun game for the Texas players. A little litmus test. We'll keep you updated with the score as the game continues to go on for Texas.